energy.
Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do this really pretty yellow bold makeup look for you guys for spring, and I really love how this turned out. I think it's perfect for this season, and especially like if you're someone who has brown skin, I know it can be hard to kind of make colors pop. So hopefully you guys take some tips from this video and it helps you out so you can recreate this look or maybe make a different makeup look using these techniques. But if you guys want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. Voiceover Hope here. I'm starting off with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm using this to kind of clean up my brows but also place down my base for my eyeshadow. I also do have my brows done already, and I don't want to be one of those people that don't show you guys how I do my brows. I'm just trying to perfect it at the moment. So if you guys do want to see a video on how I do my brows, just comment down below and let me know. I would love to do that once I perfect it. Next, I am going in with the Morphe M224 brush, and I'm just patting all over the concealer, and this is just to help me get rid of any like creasing or anything like that and make everything flat and smooth. That way when I go to place down my eyeshadow, everything just blends nicely. Alright, so now I'm going in with my foundation, and the one that I'm using is the Estee Lauder foundation. I think this is in the shade Cinnamon, if I'm correct. And I'm using a beauty sponge that I bought off of Amazon to blend everything out. Everything will be linked down below just in case you guys want to get any of this stuff. And I did put quite a lot of foundation on my face, but that was because I wanted a more full coverage look. And again, you guys, I am taking that Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm just placing this in any of the areas that I want to be brightened, which normally you will see the places that I'm doing. You will see underneath your eyes and on the bridge of your nose. Some people do it on their forehead and their chin as well. Today, I did not do that. So now I'm going in with my Beauty Bakery powder. This one is in the shade Plantain, and I'm just going to be using that beauty sponge again to place this down wherever I just put that concealer, just to kind of have it, you know, sink in and get that brighter look. But I'm going to wipe this off like a few seconds later. So to wipe this away, I'm just using a brush that I got from Ulta, just any fluffy brush really. And you guys will also see here that the powder kind of really stuck. I don't know if it's because it's not really meant to just wipe away, it's more so for like pressing in, or if I just made a mistake and put too much powder on or let it sit for too long. So just keep that in mind if you are going to use this powder. But now I'm just going in with the Coca-Cola X Morphe palette, and I am using this brown shade, and the brush that I'm going in with is the Morphe M05 brush. I did put this on just a little bit too much, so just to let you guys know, if you are going to use this shade in this palette to act as a bronzer, make sure that you go in very, very light and then build it up. So now you guys, I'm going in with my nose contour, and I'm using the Morphe M43 something. The brush was kind of faded, so I couldn't really tell the last number, but I hope that helps you guys a little bit. And I was just taking that same shade that I was using in the Coca-Cola palette for my cheeks and my chin, and I'm putting that on my nose. So now I'm going back in with the Beauty Bakery powder, and I'm placing this underneath my cheeks and on the sides of my nose to let it bake. Next, I'm going in with the shade Positivity and Love Handles in the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, and I'm using another Ulta fluffy brush to place this down. The only thing I would say is I would have used a little bit more blush, because at the end I can see that it's not that noticeable. But after I do this, I'm going to take the other brush that I had first used to wipe away, and I'm going to wipe away all that Beauty Bakery powder off of my face. Now I am going in with my good old e.l.f. setting mist, and I'm putting quite a lot of this because that's just kind of how I like it. But then I'm just going to take a palette and I'm going to dry this down. So now before we fully get started on the eyeshadow, I am going in with this bright blue sparkly shade in the Morphe X Coca-Cola palette, and I'm using the Morphe M431 brush to place this down. It's such a cute brightening shade for underneath your brows. So now you guys, I'm going in with the same palette, and I'm going to be taking this nice cream color, and I'm using this Morphe X Coca-Cola brush that I got with that collection. The only thing I would say, it doesn't have a number, and I'm not quite sure if Morphe has this brush outside of the collection, but if not, any fluffy brush will work. For the next color, I'm using the shade Like Butter from the Morphe X Maddie Ziegler palette, and I'm using another Coca-Cola X Morphe brush to do this. This brush is more of like a rounded flat brush, if that makes any sense, and I'm just placing this in my crease, and I'm going to try to blend it up. So now I'm going in with the Beauty Glaze Colorboard palette, and I'm using the yellow that is in the green palette of that. And I'm using the Morphe M506 brush to place this down. It does look very similar to the last shade we placed down, but it's not. It's just a little bit duller. And I'm just placing this right below that last color I placed down and just spreading it all in my crease. Now using that same brush that I just did for the last color, I'm going in the Coca-Cola X Morphe palette, and I'm using this nice caramely brown shade, and I'm placing this right below that last color we did and trying to blend it more in my outer corner and a little bit on my crease. So now I'm going in and I'm cutting my crease, and I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer again to do this. And then I'm just going to take that same flat brush, this is just a clean one, and I'm going to use that to kind of outline the shape of my cut crease. And I'm going to be doing a half cut crease for this look. Now I'm going back in with that caramel shade from the Coca-Cola X Morphe palette, and I'm using the same brush that I had used before, and I'm just placing this down on the outer corner. I should have waited a little bit for that concealer to dry because it made it look a little bit dark when I first placed it on, but that'll change in a little bit. So next to that brown shade, I'm going in with that same yellow from the Beauty Glaze Colorboard palette, and I'm using the Morphe M166 brush, which is just another flat brush, but it's a little bit wider, and I'm taking this color and I'm placing it in the center of my lid. So now I'm going in with a small flat brush, and this is the Morphe M124 brush. And I'm just taking that very light matte shade that's in the Coca X Morphe palette, and I'm placing this in my leftover lid space. Alright you guys, so now I'm going in with these loose neon pigments. I do not remember the company that I bought these from. If I can remember, I'm going to try to link it down below. But for now, I'm just taking that bright yellow neon pigment and I'm using the Morphe M166 brush to place this down right on top of that yellow that we first put. Now I'm going back in and just taking the same brushes that I used before, not putting any more powder on, but just kind of trying to blend all the colors together. Next, I'm going in with this beautiful glitter and the 24A Artist Pass palette. Morphe is actually not selling this palette anymore, so I'm so sorry about that. But this shade is called Invite Only, and I'm using the Morphe M431 brush to place this down. So for my eyeliner, you guys, I'm going in with the NYX Professional Makeup Eyeliner. This is just a felt tip liner that I got from Ulta, and it's really nice. So now I don't know why I just decided to put on some brow gel, but I did. And this one I actually got from Morphe with a brow dip. So I will be linking that down below. I can't remember the exact name of it right now, but it definitely will be in the description box. And for my mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Paris. This is the Voluminous Mascara. It is in the shade Brown. I do wish I went in with a black mascara instead because when I use my lashes, of course, they're darker and I didn't coat them before. So you can kind of see my lashes underneath. But just to let you guys know, you definitely should be using a black liner if you're going to wear lashes. And I'm now going in with these drugstore lashes. I don't remember the name of them, but I did try to show you guys just so you guys can see where, like, you know, what they look like. But I did just get them from my local beauty supply store. Now I'm going back into the 24A Artist Pass palette and I'm using their highlighter called Private Oasis, and I'm using the Morphe M501 brush. In person, I could see the highlight, but on camera, it's just not there. And it definitely, I do feel like I should have put a lot more, so just know that if you guys do want to use this. So now for my lipstick, I'm going in with the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink Lipstick. This is in the shade Protector, which is this nice chocolatey brown that I love. Just to let you guys know though, this is very, very long wear. It dries down really fast. So you have to work quickly or, you know, you're gonna have a little stain and it's just not gonna look right. And for the last step, I'm just going back in with some e.l.f. setting mist and drying that. Alright you guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really like how this makeup look turned out. So I really hope that you liked it. And if you could hit that subscribe button for me and hit that thumbs up, it really helps me out. And leave a comment down below. I would love to answer back to you guys anything that you have to say. And if you could follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is @HopeCrystalline. And that is it you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.